I tried that thing whilst going down, like mouthing the alphabet, like A, B. I want you to leave this in.
Hello again and welcome to GoK Q&A, our weekly roundtable discussion podcast where we tackle the hard and sometimes offensive issues that society won't. Each member brings their questions to the table and we do our best to answer them. If you'd like to be a part of the show, please email us your questions to gokqanda@gmail.com. That's gokquanda@gmail.com. I'm your host, Govinda Whitehurst, and sitting across from me, as always, the Zeus to my Hades, Mr. Khayl Adam.
Now the waves, they drag you down, carry you to broken ground. Though I find you in the sand, wipe you clean with dirty hands.
So this is episode 10, like the real episode 10, not like last week, which was like the fake episode 10.
That was the preliminary 10.
And this week we're doing something a bit different, a bit special.
We've threatened it for a long time now, and here it is.
We have officially run out of friends, and it is just Khayl and I going Han, not so solo. You know what I mean?
I'll be Chewie, I guess.
Well, like it's not solo. I guess Han Solo is never solo because he's got Chewie.
Sort of an interesting dichotomy, that, isn't it?
So yeah, we're gonna kind of try and wing this, just the two of us, and I don't know if we can do it. I've been questioning this since day dot, really.
Look, something you failed to mention, Govinda. This is actually a GoK Network podcast. It's just one of our 2 podcasts that we do.
So look, we have a very wildly successful podcast called the PS Podcast.
Like you had to check something to recall what it was called.
There's a minor crackle. PS Podcast, wildly successful.
Cut it.
No.
No.
It's tiny.
Well, now,
you shouldn't have said anything. I'll tell you if we cut it, because we cut it. But now you've ruined it.
The veil has been drawn back.
So yeah, we're here. And we're going to do it just us. And hopefully you don't get too sick of it. But you know what? The joy of a podcast is, if you do, you just stop listening.
That's fine. Don't say that. Why would you say that?
I'm going to condone it, because I don't know what this is going to be like. If you're not aware, we actually have a lost episode that we talk about frequently. And that was just the 2 of us. And it was so bad that we never released it.
And to this day, people are confused why in the first episode we say that it's the second episode.
Oh, do we do that?
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Really fucked up on that one.
We really did. But you know what? You and I talk about PlayStation together every week. I think we can manage this. This is nothing.
Yeah, the difference is, is with that podcast, we have defined segments almost.
That's true.
I know the news will go for roughly half an hour.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we've got to try and push this through for an hour-ish.
I feel like we're waffling along right now. And
this is my plan, and I kind of wish you didn't point it out to all the listeners out there.
Look, here's the thing, and look, I've been meaning to say this for a long time. I think Jirakic is overrated. I don't think we need him. I think Jack Harnley...
Jack brought us down. Worst episode to date was the one with Jack last week.
Overrated at best. I think Callum loves Lord of the Rings a little bit too much.
Let's be honest. There's only been 2 worthwhile guests.
Who was the other one?
One of them was Anders Cans, but he was ruined by you.
He was not ruined.
He was ruined by your boredom, your boringness. Oh, let's talk history.
Awkward you say that.
It's like the Roman Empire. Now let me read excerpts from a textbook, shall we?
I actually have a historical treatise that I'd like
Let me just pull up my scripture and I'll read it verbatim.
You're going to hate my topics today.
What's it about? Napoleon and his rise to power?
I could waffle on.
Oh, no, please don't. And then there was also Montana, who's been... I think it's been voted that she was the best.
According to our fans, her name's actually Montoya, and you've been wrong.
Montoya.
M. Night Montoya.
The episode with Montoya was the best.
Don't demean our fans like that.
I'm going to. Obviously, they didn't even listen to the episode, so I can only assume that it was someone we knew.
Just kind of trying to piss
but
you
someone
off.
we know that's never met Montana and got the name wrong.
Interesting.
So let's get into it. As we can't make the guests come first.
I never could.
Because they're not here, especially not in the first try. Takes them maybe a few sessions to get them to come first.
I need to become comfortable with someone's body.
Become comfortable?
Yeah.
That was chill.
That was a little too on the nose, I think.
So, look, we can't make the guests come first, so I'm going to make you come first.
Okay. I'm on
Continue with the coming, please, Khayl.
Govinda, today I want to talk to you about happiness.
I wish I had some.
Yeah.
Nah, just joshing.
I was thinking the other day, and we've spoken about this briefly.
That's something new for you.
Thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm actually a deep thinker.
Oh.
Actually, sometimes I like to lay awake at night. Just ponder the world's
Pontificating.
problems. Yeah, pontificate. And really just try and wrap my mind around the mysteries of the universe.
That's actually like the crux of this show is the pontification of life, love, lust.
Look, I'm going to say I'm the Pontifex Maximus.
Pontificus Maximus.
Pontifex. Or is it Carnifex?
I think it's Carnifex, but I'm going to go Pontificus Maximus.
Anyway.
But continue. Happiness.
I realized the other day, my life's going okay. I mean, sure.
Yeah, just okay.
Yeah, sure, I don't have, like, all the money in the world.
Oh, if only.
If only. But I thought to myself the other day, I think I'm going to look back on this year and maybe last as maybe some of the best of my life. Things have just been pretty good. Like, work's been alright. I'm okay. Family's been doing alright. No health issues. Yeah, no, like, hectic relationship problems.
I don't know if I want to be, like, dragging you across the mud, like in the mud right now. Didn't you say that you had to get a test for some genetic disease?
Oh, yeah, but that's, like...
You won't have to deal with that for a while.
No. That's,
So that's why this will be, like, the best time of your life, because by the time you get there, you're going to be fucking hating it.
It's hemochromatosis. It's, like, a genetic disorder of the blood.
Sounds bad.
I don't think it's that bad. It's not, like, life-threatening. It could be a bit of a bummer, but...
Now,
But, I mean, thanks for really fucking bringing me down there.
Oh, I thought we'd do an episode about your medical history, actually.
Well, yeah, it was more just like the fact that I think I'll be looking back on this time and kind of think, you know, like, things weren't so bad. And, like, we're doing this. This is, like, a nice creative project that we've actually been working towards, which is kind of, like, just puts me in a better mood all round, like...
Now, to get back to it, what is the question?
Happiness. So I actually just wanted to know. I also have a specific moment because this got me thinking about happiness and, like, you know, just like how in your life you'll sort of have these moments which are really... Please don't do that.
No, I'm going to do this. Actually, it's pretty chill.
It's very upsetting. Govinda is reclining deeply in his chair and he's holding his table stand mic to his face.
Yeah, kind of just relaxing. I think it's kind of a relaxed sort of vibe today.
It's sort of like a reclining king in his throne
If
eating a turkey leg.
If any listeners listen to, like, maybe the first, like, 8 to 10 episodes of the PS podcast, which you can reach at _PS podcast on Twitter, it is, it's pretty balmy up in this room right now. I'm feeling pretty warm, so just to negate that a little bit, I really just need to chill.
Just chill out.
So, like...
Sorry, yeah, but back to me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
But I can actually define an exact happiest moment of my life, and I was wondering if you could do the same.
Can you give me yours? Shoot me.
Okay, so I'll set the
face.
scene. And as listeners are aware, it happened in Japan. I'd gone out for the day. I'd gone out for so I'd spent, you know, a few weeks there already. No responsibilities, just relaxing, hanging out in a foreign land. And I took a day trip out to Harajuku, which is like, you know, a stylish part of town. Very crowded. Very crowded. And it's actually weird because the day had initially not gone so well. Like, I got lost, and then I had a full-on, the only time in my life, a panic attack. I was in a crowd of maybe 50,000 people, and it was so hot, and I just couldn't escape this crowd, and I knew I was going to be in there for like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's
and
no
I fucking almost started hyperventilating, like I was flipping out.
I remember having a panic attack once. Just the one.
Yeah, and then like I finally hid in a bar. Like I just went to a bar, had some lunch, and that was when I realized you could like, you can't smoke indoors in Australia, but you can in Japan. So like, it's like lunchtime, I'm having a pint of beer and just smoking a cigarette in a goddamn bar, and like it was a half restaurant, so there's the bar area, and then like happy families were just going into the restaurant and just looking at me, just like chuffing away like a fucking animal. But anyway, that was the whole day, and like I kind of just wandered around, did all these, I don't know, checked out stores and stuff. But on the way home, I was walking back to the train station. It was like dusk. It was just going dark. And for whatever reason, I just found myself on this street alone. Like, just completely alone. And there was kind of like this nice breeze blowing. And out of nowhere, the Japanese do this thing where, like, there's speakers everywhere on every street corner. And, like, they'll just play music. Sometimes it's, like, inspirational. Sometimes, like, if there's an emergency, they'll, like, announce things. But this music just started playing. And it was just quiet streets, skyscrapers on all sides. But I can't see a single person. And this music just started playing. And I just kind of, like, stopped and stood in the middle of the road and was just kind of looking around myself, and I was like, I can't believe I'm here. This is so incredible.
That's cute.
And that was the happiest moment of my life. I was just like, this is so surreal. Like,
I'm trying to think, because yours is really like,
it's fucking poignant. It's kind of beautiful, actually.
Yours is kind of like eloquent and nice, and what I'm about to say is going to be pretty anti that. But still, like,
I just jizzed into a sock and I felt pretty good. Actually, and what's more, Govinda, just to really punctuate my point, cherry blossoms flowed past in the air, just in the gentle breeze.
You're pushing it too much.
And I sort of looked at one and thought, is my life not like the cherry blossom? So transient.
You just looked at one and thought, how many of these can I fit in my butt?
That came later, actually.
Yeah, it did.
Go on, tell me about your six-sworded happy story.
Before I get into my happy story, I wanted to debunk a common misconception in the world.
Oh, yeah.
So you mentioned, like, you're happy now, but you don't have all the money.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Now, I'd say this a lot to people that know me. But people who say money doesn't buy happiness are sad losers.
I think, who was it? Carmine Falcone himself said it best enough. Good enough? Best enough. I've had like half a beer. I'm shwasted.
I always like to say, like, sure, money doesn't buy happiness, but it certainly helps.
What did he say? No, Falcone said, don't come down here with your righteous indignation. You haven't tasted desperate. That was in the documentary Batman Begins.
See, now when people say money doesn't buy happiness, I always think that they're referring to, like, Mr. Burns. You know, like, they've always been rich, and they're rich now, and they've got no friends.
Excellent.
And they're just sad people, even with money, because they have no friends.
Yeah.
But being the pretty close to poverty self I am now, but I have some friends and family.
Yeah.
If I was to get a lot of money now,
life would be way better, right?
Life for me and all the friends and family that I've had while I was poor would be a lot better. And I would be happy because they would be happy because I'm happy because I got all the money. You know what I mean?
Do you think people would like you better if you had more money?
Probably. On full disclosure, you probably start hearing from people that you haven't heard from in a really long time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I mean, like, people that I see regularly now and my family would benefit from me having a lot of money. And that would make me happy because they're less stressed out about money. Because everyone's stressed about money. If you're not stressed about money, you've got too much money.
Yeah, that's it. I think everyone does think about money. And it does impact your happiness. Like, it's... even just, like, having some security money makes you feel so much better.
I think there was some study that came out, and I'm just going to shoot a number out there. I think they said to be, like, comfortable and not be stressing about money, you need to be earning around $80,000 a year.
Fair enough.
Like, for you to feel like that's not a stress on you anymore.
That's why I've got all this stress in my life, I imagine. No, I don't really have a lot of stress.
So my stress is through the roof, as you can imagine. This podcast is just hemorrhaging money.
It's really a fucking flaming train wreck of itself.
Now, this was good. I was actually going to save this for another topic, but friend of the show, LaShonda, asked me a series of questions the other day.
Wait, are we done with my